Nanach, Nachman. We're learning the 7th paragraph of the introduction to Likutay Moharan, a collection of teachings from our master Rabbi Nachman. Nanach, Nachman. Uve'emes hu min nimna, and in truth, it's impossible. V'yefsher, it's not attainable. The saper b'shvach hachibur hakadosh hakrach hanorozeh, to tell over the praise of this holy composition, this awesome volume. Umikol shekein v'kol shekein, and certainly and even more so, b'shvach kedushas ha'mechaber hakadosh, in praise of the holiness of the author, the holy author, Botzina Ilah Rabba V'Yakira, the supreme, precious light, lantern, Adonenu Moreinu V'Rabbeinu, our master, our teacher, our rabbi, Zecher Tzadik V'Kadosh L'Vracha, may the remembrance of this holy tzaddik be for blessing. Kilo Dumiyat Tila, for to him silence is praise. Uma gam ki yadanu otzem ha'machokes, and especially since we know very well the other strife, contention, the fight. Rabim kamim alav aleinu, many have raised themselves against him and against us. Chinam alo davar, for no reason, just for free. Pointless. And because of this, we are forced to put a restraint on our mouths. And we were silent from good. From going to length. To relate the praise of His holiness. And His abstinence. Utmimuso, and His completeness. And simple is simple to be just plain and whole for the Holy Blessed One. Vitzidkaso van vasaluso be'emes, and His righteousness and His humility in truth. Uvimkom gedulaso v'chachmaso, and in the place of His greatness and His wisdom, harama v'nisa, high and supreme, high and elevated, asher kabir matzah yado b'chol Torah kula, where His hand found very strong all of the Torah, benigla v'nister, revealed and hidden, b'yam Talmud, in the sea of the Talmud, uposkim, and the codifiers, Rishonim v'achronim, from the early generations after the Talmud to the later generations, to the rabbis that interpreted the Torah, and in all the hidden perceptions, visions, gevos v'atzumos, high and powerful, kol raz lo anasle, no, every secret wasn't hidden from him, is barred from him. V'chol sasum lo amamo, and anything that was sealed off wasn't withheld from him. Shamanu motziman vasanuso, there, from even though he was on such high places, there we find his humility, hapashut, his simplicity, hasavlon, what he endured. He was enduring the aluv, and he would be disgraced. He would be aluv, means bearing people's disregard. V'tamim b'masav, and complete in his ways. Over this Hashem b'mesirus nefesh nifla, serving the Holy Blessed One with complete wondrous self-sacrifice. Yomam v'layla lo yishpos, day and night, not resting. Lo yishko, he would not be silent. Lo yanuach me'avodaso, and he would not be restful of his worship, his devotion of the Holy Blessed One, Yisbarach, b'chachma, with wisdom, b'saga gedola v'nora ma'od ma'od, with perception, with great hasaga, is divine, spiritual perception, awesome, very, very awesome. Kasher inichem terzenem yesharim, as your eyes will see straight and clearly, b'sefer kadosh hazeh, in this holy book. Because any reader that will put his heart to these words, Yishbot b'tzedek, he will judge properly. That it is impossible to perceive these concepts from a full stomach. And many travai, hardships he undertook. Many he worked hard. He took upon himself to work very hard. And many thousands of fastings and whole stretches of a week fastings. And many of these fastings from one of a whole week, from Shabbos to Shabbos. And many types of afflictions, personal self-affliction that he applied to himself. And many years that he secluded himself, bispodedus, in seclusion, uperash atzmo, and he separated himself, b'chomini prishus, with all types of separation and abstinence, mikomini taivos, from all the types of desires, v'kidesh atzmo, and he sanctified himself, b'chomini kitushos, with all types of holiness, u'v'yoser alakol, and more than everything, nis'alav v'niskadish b'ktusha nora v'atzuma, he rose up and he sanctified himself with awesome holiness and powerful holiness. Through that he merited to the holiness of Eretz Yisrael, of the Holy Land, which he threw his soul on the side, and he traveled to the Holy Land b'shas milchama, in time of war. That they were in the strength of the middle of very strong, hard wars that were going on in those countries that he traveled. And all types of travai, all types of troubles that were imposed on him, that he had to suffer on the way. Hashem Sadik Yivchan Kapishtani Azeh, the Hashem Yisbarach, the Holy Blessed One, he chooses and he filters, he purifies the tzaddik. I think this is a reference to the process of making flax, that it has to be really combed well. Because it surrounded him in those days, all types of hardships, v'sakanos, and dangers, tkufos or tzufos, interlapped and connected one after the other. Tsaras hadever, the hardship of plagues, Rahman al-Stan, may the Holy Merciful One save us. Shaya Az Bosa Medina, which was then in that country. The Tokef Rasha Muhammad, and the utter mayhem of war, that they weren't certain of their lives even for one day. And all types of other travai, all types of calamities, hard on the body, soul, and money, which is impossible to explain in writing. Vashem Yizbach Barachamav, and the Holy Blessed One in His mercy, Nasan Lo Koch Barzel Izbol Kozeh, gave him the strength of iron to endure all of this. Which is impossible for any person to endure hardships and suffering like this. Mikol tzad, from every side. And he went past all of this until he merited to come peacefully, and he entered the Holy Land. And he left and came in peace without any injury. And he merited to what he merited, hidden and revealed. Because besides the hidden things that are only for the Holy Blessed One, our God, that what he merited in the Holy Land, things that are hidden from the eyes of any living thing. And even in the revealed, we saw because the Holy Blessed One was with him. Because the Torah, the teachings that he revealed after he was in Israel, in the Holy Land, many heights, levels, it was infinite levels, it was higher and more powerful than the teachings that he had revealed beforehand. Even before he had come to Israel, his holy teachings lit up the face of the world in wondrous, awesome ways. His words and teachings were always remarkable. However, just as the sky is higher than the earth, so too are the ways of his teachings, his Torah that he revealed after he was in the Holy Land of Israel, from the ways of his teachings in his Torah that were from before he made it to the Holy Land. As we heard from his holy mouth explicitly many times. And this whole book, most of it, almost all of it, are from the teachings that he revealed after he was in the Holy Land. And it's not found in this book from his teachings that were from before he was in the Holy Land, just a few little bits. 2 or 3 sides, pages, the dugma, for example. And they're signed. And even there, it's just a little. To be continued. Nanach, Nachman, Nachman.